Let's keep pounding, Carolina Panther fans. It's time for the end. For the first time in almost a decade, the Panthers are now in the NFL postseason. And it's been quite a few years since I've called an NFL playoff game. You have to go back to the 22-23 divisional between the Giants and the Eagles, which I was last on the call for any kind of playoff football. Back in November, the Rams got beaten and upset by the Carolina Panthers. They were 10-point favorites on Thanksgiving weekend to get the job done against the Panthers, and they failed. Today, basically same issue here. But the question is, will lightning strike twice? Don't ask me, John Z. No, there's no Culver's. Is there a Culver's near you guys? No, there is not a Culver's near us. Why is it It's a restaurant. Culver's is a Midwestern institution. For the buns are buns. Oh, and concretes too. Doggy dog. And it's because he's got a new client, he needs to get back to his sleep.
City Home Store, we have everything you need for every room in your home. Create the new look that brings out the new you in a home you'll love all year long. Find your style near you or
Come on, damn it. There we go. I hate having to do that. Don't know. Hello, SGA Sports Talk. Doing okay. Let's get this fucking page refreshed. Rams seeking their second Super Bowl in 5 years. Panthers seeking to get back to the Super Bowl for the first time in over 10. Now, keep in mind, I said get back to it, not win it. Just click on this link, SGA. It's the 12-5, 5 seed, known as the LA Rams, taking on the 8-9, 4 seed, the Carolina Panthers. It's been 10 years of almost 10 years of pent-up emotion for the Panthers to get back here. Rams won the coin flip. They're going to defer it. And there's the return of the king, Cam Newton, the 2015 MVP, and part of the core that got the Panthers to their last Super Bowl, though, again, they didn't win it against the Denver Broncos. And he's going to pound the drum. And here's to the mantra of this franchise. Keep pounding. I was at 3 Panther games during his time in Carolina from 2011 to 2019. Don't know, John Z. I want Carolina to win, but odds are it could go LA's way. So I don't know. Let's find out. I mean, 4 of the 5 games I've called for the Panthers, include 3 of the previous 4 games for the 4 of the 5 games I've called for Carolina since I started doing this gig in 2022, the Panthers have lost. I prefer to be on my toes, John Z. Ball falls off the tee. They're going to try to line it up. Kick is away. 20, 35.
It's not over.
And ETN will start the Panthers off at their own 30 what? I mean, especially when you consider the point differential between the 3 teams that finished at the top of the South at 8 and 9. They'll start their 36. Atlanta, point differential of minus 48. Tampa Bay, minus 31. Panthers, minus 69. 50-yard kick by Evans, 21-yard return. First and 10 from the 36. Dowdle in the backfield. Building a single back set. Coker goes into motion from the right. Hand off to Dowdle, and he's only going to get 1. And that's at best. Second down. Dowdle, Hubbard, McMillan, Coker, Tremble, the backs and receivers for the Panthers. And I didn't catch the O-line today. Second and 9. Ball at the 37. Shotgun. Tremble goes into motion. Drop back by Bryce. Goes over to the left end. Incomplete. Do we get flag? No, we do not. Durant on the coverage. Young was looking for Leggett. Fisk, Ford, and Turner. Young, Spice, Lamb, Verse. Forbes Jr., Curl, Lake, and Durant. That's the defensive setup for the Rams today for Los Angeles. 39 from the 37-yard line. Single back set, shotgun formation. It's Chua in the backfield for the Panthers this time by. SGA.
Hey, Mets 2128. It's my first time on your channel, man.
Thanks.
It's great
Papa
being here.
Leggett, and he is not going to get there. Maybe a yard or 2 short at best. You were saying?
It's my first time being on your channel. I'll check your channel out. I'll see all your videos and all your content.
I see. For fourth and 1. Panthers going to stay out there. Question is it going to be a handoff to Hubbard, who's set up in the backfield? If it is, he better not die for it like he did that one time against New Orleans. Weak eye set. They fake the handoff. Young being chased. Throws, and it's batted away. I would have just gotten rid of it and just risked taking the 3 and out. Instead, Rams ball at the Panther 45. Good fucking grief. Right off the bat. You screw this up. But then again, LA would know what to expect on these short fourth down plays. They weren't prepared for it last time, and they got burned for it. This time, they're all up in the grill. Personally, I would have just run it with Chua.
I mean, Stephen Curry is a longtime fan of the Panthers, and he has ties to the organization.
Snap caught by Nakua, and he's going to get the first down after a gain of 16.
Yeah, he was born in Charlotte, North Carolina.
I know. First and 10 from the 29. Nakua in motion. Kyron Williams finds a hole, and he gets 6. No, they're only going to give him 5. Second down. If it wasn't for the small collapse down the stretch, LA would have been top dogs in the division, in the conference. Second and 5 from the 24. They fake the handoff. Screen pass to Nakua. He's got it. Gets the first down. Brought down at the 15, maybe the 14-yard line. Gain at 9 or 10. Thank you, Johnsy.
Yeah, the reason why I'm not picking the Rams to win this game over the Panthers, I can't stand
Over the
Rams
middle,
fans.
touchdown, Puka.
I can't stand Ram fans at all. That's why I'm not picking LA to win this game. I'm picking Carolina.
Whatever. Right off the bat, 4th and 1 attempt. Instead of going with a passing 4th and 1 instead of a running one. Burns Carolina right off the bat, and Los Angeles makes them pay for it with a series of passes and one run. 3 of all of them to Puka Nakua. Snap, hold, kick, good. 7-0 Los Angeles. And if Tom Grassi, who's also calling this, decides to raid me again today, Tom, do me a favor and do it on the main channel shown in the left-hand corner of the video of the camera screen where the talking head is, please. Hello, Iman. Tom's not a mark. Handheld television set. I'm gonna see if this thing is being picked up in Spanish on this thing.
Now, before the break, you were talking about the 4 causes of age-associated mental decline. Can you your neuro-Q supplement works to address each?
Yes, and again, the fact that it addresses all 4 is what makes NeuroQ different than any other brain supplement out there. Three causes of decline are more biological in nature, and the 4th is more environmental and emotional.
Kick is away. And brought down to 20 are the Panthers. Hey, when that happened. 2nd and 3 from the 27. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out how this this handheld, this little device in my hand is Chuba goes up the middle for 5. First down, Carolina. Constantly keeps getting Spanish language on the major channels for sporting events instead of English. First and 10 from the 32. Drop back. Young goes over the middle, caught by Chuba on a small screen, and he's going to get 8. He's going to get 7. Oh, they gave him 6 to the 38-yard line. Under pressure, Young gets away. We've got flag. This is probably going to be a hold against Carolina. Not that it would matter all that much, but we'll see what the call is. That's a Kwanu, and he's clutching his leg, and that's not good. We'll take an injury timeout.
Starts holding that right knee. He was the first round pick in 2022. Started from day one.
9:49 left. 2nd and 14 when we get back. The ball will be on the 28 of the Panthers instead of the 38.
What else can cause brain inflammation?
It's a long list, Christine. Alcohol, drug use, diabetes, and processed foods. Even stress and poor sleep can lead to high levels of inflammation in the brain, leaving you foggy, making it difficult to think or concentrate.
You know what I miss most about playing? Yelling. So I got this job.
You pretty good? Yeah, you okay? Okay, so now you're...
I don't miss that. Get our biggest pizza, the Big New Yorker, for just $10 at Pizza Hut. So I got this friend that said T-Mobile's network used to suck. Guess what? Everything's changed. It turns out now T-Mobile has the best network in my life.
A lot.
Hey, dude, you won't believe where I am.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of this car or getting that car.
That car's not hurting.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You have a UTI at 30,000 feet. Good thing you can chat with an Amazon One medical provider from anywhere. Now just brace your urethra for turbulence. New Saquon Sour Allspice. Smell like you can hurt over a man, or a bigger man, or a really, really big man, or a truck driven by a really big man, or that really big man with a normal man on his shoulders. So good to work on a Sunday. Does it though?
How about dogs?
Okay.
Never paid Manning.
It's quitting time. For Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Thrillers on Tubi will be free forever.
I have to stop them forever?
Forever.
But they're so
He left, John Z, or he's still in the chat room at best. Any case, 2nd and 14, ball at the 28 or 22. 3rd and 9 from the 33. They chose to decline the penalty instead of take it. Young going deep for McMillan, overshoots him. It's a 3 and out for Carolina. Sam Martin to punt it away. Xavier Smith to return it for Los Angeles. Punts away, and it's not very good. It's a pretty good one. And down he goes at the 5-yard line, and that's where LA has to set up shop on the catch. Or 7-yard line. Nice stop by Simmons. Nice pursuit by Simmons. 1st and 10, Los Angeles from the 7. And it's Corrin who will get 3. Brings the ball to the 10-yard line. Uh-oh. Aquanu's on the cart. This could be ACL. It's either a broken leg or an ACL tear for him. And if the Panthers get out of this game, they're pretty much going to be steamrolled by Seattle. With a win, they're going to get steamrolled by Seattle. Mark my words. They're going to give him 4. The receivers to Stafford's left. He's going to look that way. Caught by Nakua. He's got the 1st down. And a pick of a 13. It'll be Jackson, Avila, Shelton, Dietch, and McClendon Jr. on the front line, followed by Kyron Williams, Blake Corrin, Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua, and Tyler Higbee. Oh, the game 12. I thought it was 14, 13, whatever. From the 23, I believe that's Williams in the backfield for Los Angeles. Higbee in motion. Handoff. Oh, that's Corum. And powers his way forward for a gain of 5. I haven't had dinner yet. Kua taken out for a bit. 2nd and 4, ball at the 28-yard line. And off to Williams. He's gonna be a yard short of the mark to gain. So far, it's been basically the Stafford and Nakua show so far. Third and 1 from the 33, from the 32. It's going to be a handoff. And Corn is not going anywhere. Johnsy, can you do me a favor and stop posting stuff that is I already know, which makes your posts kind of pointless. Know about that makes your posts kind of pointless. All right, please. I already know TNA's moved to AMC and Styles is showing up this Thursday, as part of the show the debut of the show on the channel. You don't need to fucking remind me. Ethan Evans to punt, Trevor Etienne in the backfield to go get me in Panther territory to get it. That's going to bounce and fall out at the Carolina 19-yard line. 5:43 left, 7-0 Los Angeles. Can Bryce Young right the ship? I do not. I just prefer to keep focused and not get distracted by pointless posts.
Good time, best time, all the time. Come seek the Royal Caribbean. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. And that's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos lets you get life insurance in minutes, 100% online, no codes in.
Check your biz today at ethos.com.
You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me at the top. I want to carry on, but not today. This is the point I give up. But not today. I want to carry on. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name. Hot Pop Drinks, proud partner of Team. New Year, sit, and meals back. Just $5. Get a savory sausage McMuffin with egg, plus hash browns and a coffee. The sausage McMuffin with egg meal for $5.
On second thought, not tonight. Thank you. I'm waiting until after the game to get a meal. Just a few weeks from now, the Great American race, the Daytona 500, will occur. And there's Fox NASCAR analyst and former Cup champion Kevin Harvick. Young fakes the handoff, and down he goes. Loss of 10. Brought down by Ford. I can understand why of 9. I can understand why Bryce is struggling. It's his first postseason game. I understand and all that shit. Second and 19. Ball's at the 10-yard line. Empty set for Carolina. Drop back. Hit, let go. Caught by Tommy Tremble, and he's going to get what? 11. 3rd and 8. Ball on the Panther 21-yard line. So this start on the 19. Empty set again. Or no, that's 2 in the backfield, I think. First down, that was caught by Coker. Gain of 12. Another gain of 11. Hate when rainy days come like this. 1st and 10 on the 32. Dowdle in the backfield. Fakes a play action rollout. And Young just gets rid of it when he could have just made a straight beeline. He could have gotten a yard out of it. Instead, he just gets rid of it. 2nd down. Yeah, what the hell is up with that? 2nd and 10 on the 32. Jimmy Orr Jr. in motion. Hand off to Dowdle. He gets a little bit of space and picks up 4. Or ETN, excuse me, and that gets him 4. Chris Shula, a lot of teams' top coaching candidates, especially when you look at the teams that fired their coaches. And Witherspoon's down for Los Angeles. What happened? Either Jacksonville or Seattle. Maybe even New England. Take another injury timeout. 3:12 to go. 7-0 LA. Let's see, this damn thing is right.
GPS on.
Se fundó su familia en Pasadena y luego fue a Cathedral Heights, después a Marte, que es una quiero hacer un semillero de buenos jugadores para las universidades que luego terminan jugando en la NFL. La yarda 36. A la izquierda cambia la jugada.
Young fires caught by Tremble. He's fighting. Did he get to the line to gain? I think he did. I really need to figure out how to get this thing to stop showing me shit in Spanish on the major channels. Also, when the fucker is set to English. Caught by McMillan, first down in Ram territory at the 43. I was trying to figure out why the hell a 7-inch Tyler handheld, whenever I watch a major sporting event, constantly pivots to a Spanish broadcast instead of keeping it in English. First and 10 from the 44. John Z. Young fires. Tipped and picked off. Hold it. We got flag. What happened? Now, why the hell did you stop, Coke? Okay, that's Mitchell Evans who's guilty. Where'd he hit? Where'd he do it? Let's see. No. Oh, right there. And that's going to put it on the Carolina 48. Short field again for Los Angeles with 1:17 left in the quarter. They're going to hand off to Williams. He's going to plow forward, and he's going to get 8. Second and 2, ball on the 40 of the Panthers. Stafford fakes a handoff. One catch by Parkinson. First down in Carolina, deep in Carolina territory. Pickup of what? $15. First down from the 25. Time is up in the quarter. We'll go to the second quarter. 7-0 Los Angeles. Can Carolina bounce back? What martini is this? 77017. Tried that on the remote, but this doesn't have an MTS button. It has a fucking TTS button. Oh, text to speech. Oh, there's where the MTS button is. I was in the wrong spot. At least I figured that out. Moment of truth time. Thank fucking God. Karen Williams with a good cut, and he gets to the 19 after a pick of a 6. Yeah. So that's what I need to do. 2nd and 4 from the 19-yard line. Sorry, folks. It's just that thing's been bugging me with that problem for a week. Handoff to Corum. He's only going to get 2 this time. 3rd down. Despite the time differential, X Factor has been yards per play, and that's been all Los Angeles so far. Ball's on the 17, 3rd down and 2. I mean, you could splice this either way if you're the Rams. However, as a 3rd down team, you were pretty middle of the road. Stafford going over the middle, going to the left side, caught by Nakua. He's down to 10, 1st down after a pick of a 7. On the zig route, on the Zagger route. Throwing to his right and throwing to his left. Never done it outside of a few prank cigarettes. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line. Williams in the backfield. Where's that Corum? I don't know. Nope, that's Williams. Lowers the shoulder, plows forward, and gets 5. 2nd and goal. Stafford so far 6 for 6 on his passes, 74 yards and a touchdown. He hasn't been sacked yet. Hasn't coughed up the ball. Another X factor as to why Carolina won that game back in November. It was rain on Thanksgiving weekend. It was pretty much raining all day, making the field dangerously slick. And the ball pretty slick in its own right, making both the field and the ball unbearably slick. 2nd goal from the 5. Screen pass to Puka. He's in. Touchdown, Los Angeles again. Can you wake the fuck up, Carolina? I mean, I know it's been almost a decade since you guys have been in the playoffs, but give me the fucking break. And it's good. Rams continuing to pile it on. 14-0 Los Angeles. This is my first time calling a Panther home game this at all since I've been doing this shit back in 2022, folks. I'm aware that John Z quit being such a damn nutnik.
Any Daisy design transforms any space, and Intuit QuickBooks pulls everything together in one place with AI agents working for her. It comes up and trusted experts working with her. Let's look at your forecast. Great. Over there, guys. Help do it with Intuit QuickBooks. Shake it, everybody, get going, get yourself on the Choose to live big with the family-sized 3-row Mazda CX-90. Because when pain strikes, care can't. Getting your resignation. Introducing Indeed Career Scout. Get your resume tailored instantly.
Right in the air. The children will have to lead the way on foot.
Biggest names in the world.
Nature walk?
A dangerous one, but necessary.
Our station is its home. Maybe we should throw it down in the portfolio a little bit. This is definitely going to go down this road.
Another 7-play drive. And this will be a touchback. Panthers will have their best field position of the day at the 35-yard line. Let's look at the multi-motion play action combo that has been frustrating Carolina so far. Spread formation on shotgun passing. Devontae Adams against one-on-one man coverage. And then a heavy 3 tight end formation. From Carolina's own 35. The handoff to Chua. Trying to find a hole, trying to plow forward. He's going to get stopped after a pick of a 3. Mac Gore? Are you kidding me? 2nd and 7 from the 38. Young under pressure again. This time he gets away. What a catch by Coker at the 48 of the Rams. That's good for a 16-yard pick. That's good for a 14-yard pickup. Or 15 at the 47. I thought he got it at the 48. Oh, well. I'm just going to mat this off on these bastards as much as I can throw it. Either case, second time St. Carolina's in Los Angeles territory. 1st and 10 from the 47. Fake it the handoff. Rice going deep. Caught by McMillan, and he'll step out at the 33, pick up a 14. Another 14-yard pickup. Play action over the middle, caught by McMillan. To the 11, that's a 22-yard pickup for Carolina. And the Cam Newton dab. Or 12, it's actually a 21-yard catch. Oh, they are going to give him the full 22. First and 10 from the 11. Hand off to Chua, gets a cut, stays on his feet, and falls forward at the 8-yard line at the 3 for a pickup of 8. Carolina now starting to get a little something going. Come on. Oh, they're going to give him 7 and say he dropped at the 4. Okay, fair enough. Oh, they are. Oh, it's on the 4. I don't like going gun or a single back set. 2nd and 3 from the 3.5. Ah, damn it. The signal went out. Incomplete. 3rd down. I hate it when this happens on a rainy day. Pass was going to Bryce Tremaine. And like I thought, Aquanu out with a knee injury. From earlier in the game, but at this point, 3rd and 3, ball on the 4. Young Dan. Incomplete, no flag. Looking for Leggett. Oh, there is a flag. It's going to be DPI. This will put the ball on the 1. Yeah, fuck you, Durant. Of course, even if that flag's not called, I'm pretty sure Carolina would have gone for it anyway. Question is, do you run with it or do you throw it this case? Hubbard's in the backfield. It could be a run play, but let's see. 1st and goal, 8:55 left in the half. Ball on the Los Angeles 1. They're going to hand to Hubbard up the gut. Touchdown, Carolina! Keep pounding. With 8:53 to go in the half, Carolina's on the board. And the kick is good by Fitzgerald to cut the deficit in half. 8:53 to go, 14-7, Los Angeles. Seven plays, 3 minutes and 23 seconds, 65 yards. No side from Ema. I don't think any of the guys want to come in, but we'll see. That's constipation on a bun.
You think you know someone until unexpectedly. It's like finding out E-Trade is running with more discounts, so you can invest and bank under one roof. This Sunday, we need to get every tailgater a Pepsi to add up the food's flavor.
Pepsi does make it taste better.
Try to get with the part. Leave it a burger? Teen Romance is on Tubi. Will be free forever.
You mean I have to pick between Brad and Chad forever?
Shot. Who's shot? With NFL Plus, you can watch every playoff game live on YouTube. Every pass, every tackle. You know, those devices you always have on you. Watch every playoff game live on YouTube with NFL Plus. Since the 2015 season, 15-1, and then to the Super Bowl.
Oh, and they got clobbered by Denver in the Super Bowl. That was the last time Carolina won a postseason game. Wrong button. Yeah. Close this out. And the Rams will start their fourth drive of the game. Their fourth drive of the game at their own 35 after the ball goes into the end zone for a touchback. First and 10. I don't know if that's Corum or Williams in the backfield. Looks like it's Williams. No, it's Corum. Up the gut he goes. Pick up a 4, maybe 5. Second down. They're going to give him 5. Second 5 from the 40. Stafford perfect so far. 6 for 6 in the air. 74 yards and a touchdown. Like this one was 2 touchdowns, but whatever. Must have been a handoff to Nakua. Let me double check. Oh, the second one was a touchdown. And we've got a Ram that jumps the gun. False start. That'll push them back to the 35. Second penalty of the game for against the Rams. That's on Devontae Adams. Right there, he jumps. He takes off before the ball is snapped. Tough break for LA. They're back to square one, essentially. And flag again. Tackled this time by J.C. Horn. It's probably a hold on Los Angeles. And it is. What's the call? Holding or a false start? Right there, 18's in the neutral zone, lined up in the neutral zone. That's an offensive infraction. So it'll be 2nd and 15 for Los Angeles as they continue to step backward and further backward. Instead of the ball being on the 40, it's now at their own 30. Stafford drops back, goes over the middle, caught. That's Higbee. Gain of 36. First and 10 from the Carolina 34. Corum not going anywhere on that one. At best, he's only going to get one. It'd be a moral victory if Carolina could hold LA to a field goal on this drive. They haven't been able to stop Stafford in the air, and the ground game, and them stopping the ground game has been shaky. It's been pretty shaky. Jero Alvaro has been getting outplayed here. 2nd and 9 from the 33. And LA is going to call timeout. $14-7 LA with 6 1/4 left in the first half. First game of the playoffs in this building, Boa Stadium, since the 2015-16 NFC title game. Stafford drops back, goes over the middle, caught. It's Nakua. Gain of 5. They're going to give him 6. I don't know why the Panthers are not bringing the pressure. Pick up a 6. That makes it 3rd and 3. Williams in the backfield. This could be a fake play. I don't know, but with the signal constantly getting fucked up on me. Stafford drops, fires. And he's out of bounds, and he gets shoved out of bounds. 4th down. So now the question is, do you take the points or do you go for it if you're Los Angeles? Sean McAvoy has been a much more cautious type of coach. So they're going to set up the field goal unit. This is going to be from about 46 yards. Harrison Mevis missed 1 field goal all year, but then again, the Rams didn't use him all that much. Snap, hold, and it's good. 17-7 Los Angeles. $5:28 left in the half. Panthers have got to come up with something, and they got to come up with something fast. And remember, Rams elected to defer the ball when they won the coin flip, so they get the ball. So they'll start half number 2 with the ball in hand. Let's see if the Triad Fox Network is having any better luck. Defy, Grit, Antenna. Here we go. Stupid rainy days. ATN, he's at the 20. Deeks, but he gets brought down at the 23-yard line. Yeah, it's been nothing but quarterback pressure on Bryce. He's been sacked twice, picked off once. They're just not giving him room to breathe today, in this afternoon, tonight, no matter what. That's for sure. He is going up against one of the best defenses in the league. First and 10 from the 24 of Carolina for the Panthers. Hand off to Doddle. Finds a hole, and he's going to get 8. Second and 2, ball on the 32-yard line. Pitch to Doddle, but he's at best going to get 1 yard. At worst, he just gets back to the line. Third down. And they say he got back to the line at worst. So, no gain. Third down. I'd rather hang him if he gambles away the season again. Third and 2. Young back to throw. Going to dump it to Chuba, but he comes off his hands. Incomplete. And the Panthers, who have the lowest 3-and-out rate out of all the playoff teams, are going to have to get rid of it. I mean, this is one instance where playing it safe would be best. Punt, it's a line drive punt. It's going to take a Panther roll and stop at the 12-yard line. 57-yard punt, no return. 3:41 left in the half. 17-7 Rams. And this is just getting more and more frustrating if if you're Bryce Young. Believe me, I know. I've called at least 5 games. This is my 5th game being called for this little bastard. I mean, I'm calling with this little bastard. 3rd or 4th game this season, I'm calling with this little bastard involved in it. Only teams I haven't called a game for at all this year because I couldn't pick them up. Texans, Giants, Vikings, Chargers, Raiders. Mostly because the Raiders suck. Though in the latter case, it was because the Raiders fucking suck. Bengals, Browns, because the Browns fucking suck. Jaguars, Colts, Titans, because they fucking suck. Basically, I didn't do a game involving any of the teams in the AFC South. Couldn't do one for the Giants because Pat has an iron fist grip on that. Didn't do any for New England. Four quarterbacks are in the first overall picks. They're in this year's playoffs. Caleb Williams in his 2nd year, Bryce Young in his 3rd, Trevor Lawrence his 5th, and his 2nd time in the playoffs. Matt Stafford his 17th season. And if I did the math correctly, this is the 4th, 5th, or 6th time Stafford's been in the playoffs. Bryce Young, the least, and Caleb Williams, the 2 least experienced in terms of that. For each of them, this year is their first. And this postseason is their first. Third time with the Rams that Stafford has made it to the postseason. And he has a Super Bowl ring with LA. 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off to Williams. Tries to plow forward. He's going to get 3, maybe 4. 2nd down. I'm fine, John Z. Stupid questions, you little nutnik. 2nd and 6, ball at the 16. 3 minutes left. Drop back. Stafford looks. Going deep. That is an overshot. He was looking for Nakua, 3rd down. He was looking for Puka, 3rd down. From the 16. Was there a timeout or a flag thrown? LA burns their 2nd timeout. Could someone explain this one to me?
Especially in the NFC, I think between the Rams and Seattle, when you start talking about San Francisco and Philadelphia, teams that have been there, championship.
And then you get teams that haven't been there in years, like Chicago and Carolina. We haven't reached this point in years, like Carolina and Chicago. 3rd and 6 from the 16-yard line. Stafford drops back. He's going to throw a bomb looking for Adams. Not going to get it. And the Rams suffer a 3 and out with 2:56 left in the half. They're going to have to get rid of it. And even if Adams were to catch it, odds were he would have ended up falling out of bounds. They're fine. But I'm down to 1 in the hardcore network spot. Punt is away. It's not a deep punt. ETN will... Oh, and he muffed it! And the Rams will recover it at the 42 of Carolina. Off his face mask. I used to, but can you stop asking me such Nickian and stupid questions, Johnsy? Please. And that is not what Carolina wanted. And we got another troll. Great. Ban user and delete comment. Corum in the backfield. Ball at the 41 versus Los Angeles. Corum gets the handoff, and he's going to get 7 to the 34-yard line. 2:37 to go in the half. It has been all Los Angeles so far today. I'm only going to give him 6, huh? They're going to go to the warning, I guess. So they are going to give him 7 and put the ball at the 34. They're not going to. They're going to hand it off. First down by Corum. Plows forward, and he's going to get to the 30 to the 26 of Carolina. 2-minute warning with a minute. What? Minute 59. It's the old case of what can go wrong, what could go wrong, can and will go wrong. Nope. No, thank you.
Team Invisalign and the NFL know confidence is what separates the best from the rest. And confidence starts with a healthy smile. Take Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels and more than 500 of his fellow NFL players who have received Invisalign treatment. Even in high-pressure moments, Jaden sports his signature carefree smile. All thanks to the Trust Clear Aligner brand. Invisalign, trusted by the pros.
Hey, and then tomorrow afternoon we continue with the Falcons and with the 49ers against the Eagles at 4:30 on Fox. Now remember, whoever wins this, if Green Bay beats Chicago, they're going to face whoever wins between San Francisco and Philadelphia. But if Chicago wins tonight, they're heading to Seattle. 1st and 10 from the 26. This is the 18th play for Los Angeles and Carolina territory. Screen pass to Corum. Over the 20. We got flag. First down, but let's check flag. This could be coming back. It's going to be a hold on Los Angeles. Flag. Oh, it's an illegal block in the back. So that's going to push it back to the 34. That's on Avila. Right there. So instead of 1st and 10 deep in the red zone, it's going to be 1st and 20 from the Carolina 34. And they still managed to salvage a 5-12 record last year. Back to the draw. Corum will get 8 of those yards back. 2nd down. Well, they give him 7. DJ won him on the takedown. Carolina will burn their first timeout, 2nd and 13 with 1:46 left. At least I finally fixed my handheld TV as to why it was. Second 13 from the 29. Keep it on the ground with Williams. He gets tripped up, only gets 1. Uh-oh. Parkinson, calm down, dude. You don't want to get flagged. Scruton. 1:42 to go. Another timeout taken. Carolina burns their second. Third and 12. Stafford drops. Higbee gets it, but he's going to be 3 yards short of the first down. But I think that's what Los Angeles wants. Closer position so they can get a field goal without the negative effect of the wind interfering all that much. That's a pickup of 9. Panthers will burn their final timeout, and this would be about a 37-yard attempt, which should be manageable. Well, when you look at the 4th down go for it ratings, these two were 2 of the top 3 in opposition territory. Carolina was number 2, LA number 3 in the go for it rate, in the 4th down success rate in enemy territory. I mean, could I expect Los Angeles to go for it? Yeah, and they are going to go for it. I thought they would actually just get rid of it. They would just kick it away. Instead, they're going to try to force it down the throat and put more of a dagger in the back, in the heart of the Panthers. 4th and 3 from the 19. Stafford drops back, looking, gets free, dumps, almost intercepted, and the Panthers get the ball back with 1:31 to go. With a much-needed stop, but they got to get as far down the field as they can just for field goal range. And in this swirling wind, Fitzpatrick needs to get basically point blank. I mean, get in basically point blank range to get a touch, to get to kick the, to get the field goal. I mean, basically in and around the red zone just for to safely make the kick at best. So that's based on where the Panthers are starting their own 19. They got to go at least 70 yards in a minute 31. Shotgun formation. They hand off to Rico, tries to go to the outside, and he gets raked for a loss of 2. Who by Verse. I do not understand why you run it on the first play when you know you got to make it there make it to the other side of the field and make it fast. 2nd and 10, he actually got back to the line. I thought it was a loss of 2. Young going to throw a bomb. Was looking for Coker. We got flag. Pass interference, defense number 37, spot foul, automatic first down. "43-yard line is where he grabbed McMillan. Is where he grabbed Coker. And another thing that does for the Panthers is that penalty stops the clock. And gives another advantage to Carolina. How? It stops the clock. That's a 28-yard penalty on Los Angeles. Single set. From the 47. Young gonna lob it again. He's got Coker this time. Goes over the 20-15 and steps out the 13-yard line. 32-yard catch. Wait a minute, 32. That puts the ball on the 21, doesn't it? No, it puts it on the 16. It's a 37-yard pickup. If the Panthers can at least reduce this to the deficit to a field goal, this will be a good momentum swing. But red zone defense has been a strength for Los Angeles. Empty set for Bryce. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Drops back. To Leggett, incomplete. No flag this time. 2nd down. 49 seconds left. Keep in mind, Panthers have never scored more than 17 in any of the games I've called. What do you want, Mess? Hi, Mess. 2nd and 10, and single set, down on the backfield, ball on the 16-yard line. 49 seconds left in the half. Carolina knows they got to score and score now. Drop back. Pressure comes. Young throws. Incomplete. He was looking. I don't think Dowdle was paying attention. That was just a means of getting rid of it. 44 seconds left. 3rd down. Bad passer range so far in this half for Bryce, despite the 55% completion rate. 3rd and 10 from the 16. He drops back again. Young's going to bolt. Takes off. 10, 5. Touchdown, Bryce Young on the run. Keep pounding. 37 seconds left. Panthers pull within 4. Let's go! Design run or not, that's a touchdown for Bryce Young. Carolina get into within a field goal. Snap, hold, kick. It's good. Let's go Panthers indeed. This could have been a lot worse if you're Carolina. But but McVay choosing to gamble instead of taking the points comes back to bite him. Nice cuts there by Young on the run. Dives and slides in for the touchdown. That, and they'll get the ball back in the second half anyway. But to start the second half anyway. So the question is, what do you do if you're Los Angeles? Do you just take a knee and let the clock run out and end the half up 3, or do you try to march it down the field, get in the field goal range, and be up 6, and you get the ball back as a bonus? You can start the third quarter as a bonus. This one's going to land in the landing zone, but just barely. No, it's going to be flagged. It didn't make the landing zone, so this will put the ball at the 40 for LA. Flag. I mean, seriously, what the fuck? Who's running this team today? Bubsy the Bobcat? That was a yard short. 1st and 10 from the 40 for Los Angeles, and they've got a shot to get back up by 10. At worst. Stafford going over the middle. Caught by Adams. He'll get the first down. 30 seconds left. Pick up a 16 into Carolina territory. 29 seconds left. Los Angeles will burn their final timeout. Or 14. And this swirling wind, you don't want that. Clock reset to 31 seconds. Ball at the 46 of Carolina. Stafford makes the audible at the line. Play clock at 7. They get the snap off. Stafford going deep. Incomplete. Looking for Puka. No flag. 27 seconds left. Second down. Stafford starts 8 for 8, but he's only managed to connect on 2 of his last 7. And Adams looking for a flag, and everyone was paying attention more to Puka's play. 2nd and 10 from the 46. Refs didn't see it. Drop back. Hit as he throws, incomplete. Falls just short of Nakua, 3rd down. Uh-oh. What's up with Stafford's throwing hand? What happened here? Oh. Yeah, that's Stafford's throwing hand, we might want to point out. 3rd and 10. Stafford drops back. He's going to throw a bomb. Nakua, off his hands! Good God! If he's able to get a good grip on that ball, that's a touchdown. He doesn't. And with 15 seconds left, what do you do if you're LA? Jimmy Horn Jr. on the coverage, but this just This just popped off Nakua's hands. They're just going to get rid of it. And ETN's not going to touch this one. 8 seconds left. I think Carolina's just going to take the knee. Ball's on their own 11. They're not going to bother with. They're not going to bother. First half comes to an end, and this could have been a lot worse if you're the Panthers. With the score and coming out, halftime comes around, and the score stands: Los Angeles Rams 17, Carolina Panthers 14. Panthers may be going down, but they're not going to go down without a fight. I'll give them that much. Young takes the knee, and the fans and Bank of America has come alive. Down 3. Does this benefit Carolina? Let's look at the box. Matthew Stafford, 10 of 18, 137 yards, 1 touchdown pass, QB rating of 104. Not sacked, hasn't been sacked once yet. Bryce Young, 11 of 20, 151 yards, averaging 7.6. Bryce is 8.1. Picked off once, sacked twice for 14 yards, QB rating of 58.5. Kyron Williams, 7 of 37 for 7 for 37. Blake Corum, 9 for 35. Puka, 1 for 5 and a touchdown. For Carolina, Chuba Hubbard, 4 for 17 and a touchdown. Bryce Young, 2 for 15 and a touchdown. Rico Dowdle, 4 for 9. Trevor Etienne, 1 for 4. In the air game, Puka, 6 for 63 and a touchdown on 10 targets. Tyler Higbee, 2 for 45 on 3 targets. Kobe Parkinson, 1 for 15. Devontae Adams, 1 for 14 on 3 targets. For the Panthers, Jalen Coker, 4 for 70 on 5 targets. Tedero McMillan, 3 for 49 on 4 targets. It's Tommy Tremble, 2 for 18 on 2 targets. 1 for 8 for Xavier Legette on 3 targets. Chuba Hubbard, 1 for 6 on 2 targets. Nothing for Rico Dowdle, Bryson Tremaine, or James Mitchell. Each targeted once. Carolina has Trevor Etienne fumbling a ball off his face muffing the fair catch off his face. Troy Reeder recovered that fumble. Cam Curl, 7 tackles, 5 solos, leading all tacklers for Los Angeles. Poona Ford and Brandon Fisk with the sacks. Claude and Shearless, 6 for 3 to lead Carolina's tacklers. Nick Scott, 5 with 2 solos. Kobe Durant, 1 pick for 11 yards. Xavier Legette, 1 return for 16 yards. Trevor Etienne on the kicks, 2 for 39. Xavier Smith, 1 for 2 on punts. Trevor Etienne, the botch. Harrison Mevis, 46-yard field goal and 2 PATs. Ryan Fitzgerald, 2 PATs. Evans, 3 punts for an average of 43.3 with a long of 51. 2 going in the 20 for 130 yards. Sam Martin, 2 in the 20 for a long of 58 on 114 yards on 2 punts, averaging 57 yards a kick. I mean, if Nakua catches that, LA's up 10 with the ball. Well, I am happy for Drew McIntyre to finally fulfill that promise. We all know he's dropping that belt back to Cody at WrestleMania. Or he could drop it to Roman. Either way, I don't, at this point, between the two of them, I don't care which. WWE has been stuck in this loop where they're giving very few guys the golden opportunity. First downs, 12-10, Carolina, even on the air and the ground, but Carolina's got 2 passing penalty first downs. Third down efficiency, each team has been fruitless on the fourth down, but third down, 3 for 6 to Carolina's, 1 for Carolina to 1 for 6 for LA. Each team has had 7 drives, 214 to 182 in favor of LA. Average yards per play, 6.3 to 5.5 in favor of Los Angeles. 77 to 45 on the ground in favor of LA. 17 to 11 in terms of rushing attempts in favor of LA. Red zone efficiency, 2 for 2 for Carolina to 2 out of 3 for Los Angeles. Penalties favoring Carolina. They've only been busted twice for 15 yards and 5 penalties for 50 yards against Los Angeles. Time of possession, 15:42 to 14:18 in favor of the Rams. And let's look at tomorrow. And when we come back, we'll look at tomorrow's big game on Fox between the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The question is, can Carolina hold the line defensively? Because remember, this is a Carolina squad that basically had to get in on a technicality. They needed Atlanta to beat New Orleans, because if New Orleans won that game, it would be the Bucks and the Buccaneers in this situation, and I wouldn't be doing this game. But Falcons pulled through for the Panthers, and the Panthers won the tie, and the Panthers won the division crown. We were able to sneak in as the NFC South champions.
Let me cut this open. You see some drippage right there. So check this out. It's very orange. You see everything going on. Yes, seasoned beef, seasoned rice, reduced fat sour cream.
And wondering how weather could be a factor for the game tomorrow in Philadelphia. Well, right now it's raining buckets in Philly, and it's going to carry over into tomorrow for the most part. I mean, then it's going to stop by tomorrow. But however, another major factor, it's going to be pretty fucking cold tomorrow in Philly for both teams. And the big question is, can the Eagles prove that their offense isn't fraudulent? Don't get me wrong. Vic Fangino has made that defense fucking valid in the city of brotherly love. But the offense, I mean, the fact that that the team has had to cycle through 4 different O coordinators over the last 4 seasons since Sirianni took over in 2022, including this one, has been a bit frustrating. If you're a fan of the Eagles, you want an offense that's consistent yet adaptable, powerful yet randomized. I mean, efficient yet randomized. I mean, let me explain. You look at what this team has gone through. Frank Reich, since over the last decade. Pat Shurmur, Frank Reich, alone. Pat Shurmur from 2013 to 2015, Frank Reich from 2016 to 2017, including when they won the Super Bowl, Mike Groh in 2018, 2019. I don't know who it says was their coordinator in 2020 because it doesn't give me that. Shane Steichen from 21 to 22, including when they made the Super Bowl but didn't win it. Brian Johnson after they cut him. And Brian Johnson, Kellen Moore last year, and this year it's Kevin Patullo. Was there an ego? Is the big problem Sirianni's ego? If it's the same issue that Brian Daboll had, except with the opposite side of the ball, Daboll's problem was he constantly butted heads with Wink Martindale and got a yes-man stooge in Shane Bowen. Sirianni's problem, on the other hand, seems to be he doesn't seem to like having a consistency on the offensive end of the ball, all for too long. I mean, the guy that stayed the longest, Shane Steichen. Why get rid of the second most successful O coordinator the franchise ever fucking had is what I want to know. And keep in mind, I am not an Eagles fan. I'm a Giants fan.
We're sitting there saying they're going to finish well before the half, and then coming out of the break and have a chance to make this a real multiple score game. And then next thing you know, they go for it on 4th down, and they fail. And Bryce Young makes a great play, and there's this drop. At the very least, they put the Rams in field position, if not score a touchdown. So each team kind of trading mistakes and alternating kind of issues and penalties. So they want to clean that up here to get ready for the second half. The Rams 4-5 this season and 5 losses by a combined 17 points. They've been in a bunch of tight games. They find themselves in one that didn't necessarily look like it was going to be.
Touchback, and Los Angeles will set up shop to start the second half at their own 35. Not anymore. First and 10 from the 35. Fakes the handoff to Corn. Going. Adams. Stripped out of his hand. Incomplete. Knocked out of his hands. Incomplete. Jackson on the coverage. Second and 10. Stafford drops back again. Off the back foot, it's short, incomplete, third down. Something's got to be wrong with that throwing hand from when he got hit. Hit before the hat, from when he got hit in the hand at some point earlier in the back in the last quarter, where he hit his hand on one defender of the Panthers. Nice coverage by J.C. Horn. Third and 10, ball on the 35. Drop back again. Sidearm incomplete to Adams. 3 times he tried to get to Adams, and all 3 times he misses. It's a 3 and out for Los Angeles. Los Angeles gets another 3, suffers another 3 and out. So the defense, 3 plays, 15 seconds. Los Angeles has to get rid of it to start quarter number 3. ETN back at his own 15, 16-yard line to get the kick and receive the punt. Evans kicks it away. Fair catch, backs up. He'll get it this time, and the Panthers will set up shot at the 11. At least he caught it this time. But at least he was able to hold on to it this time. Hubbard. Oh, the ball's at the 14 based on where he caught it. They fake the handoff. Young scrambles out of the pocket. He's going to bolt. He's over the 15, 20, slides down. He'll be about a yard short of the first down. Pick up a 9. Okay, they're going to get... Yeah, they give him 9. So far, so good on this drive. If you're Carolina, you got 9 yards out of that run. Second and 1. Hubbard in the backfield. Do you give it to him? Hand off to Chua, up the middle. He's going to get the first down after a pickup of 5. After a pickup of 4. Oh, it was a 6-yard pickup. What's up, Mosley? First and 10 from the 28. Hubbard still in the backfield. It looks like a pistol set. They fake the handoff. Throw. And it's incomplete in the dirt. He was looking for Tetero and McMillan. Let's look at the miscues for the Panthers. This was a pass that was looking for Coker, but Coker hit the brakes and it got picked off. This one off Chuba Hubbard's hand. And of course, the ETN face mask muff on the fair catch. That could have been more disastrous than it ended up being. Second and 10 from the 28-yard line. At the very least, the Panthers are now out of the shadow of their own end zone. Snap. Blitz coming. And Young has to get rid of it again. Third down. Sad fact: Canales most of the Carolina losses came when they were trailing at the half. They only got wins against Miami, Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Tampa. No, wait, they were up against Tampa, if I remember correctly, the first time anyway. 3rd and 10. They get the snap off in time. Over the middle, caught by Coker, McMillan, first down. Carolina to the 42. Pick up a 14. Or 16. It's at the 44. Nice catch by McMillan. Carolina about halfway where they need to be to minimum tie the game. They're going to hand it to Chua. Up the middle. And he's going to get 4. Welcome back, SGA. And yeah, let's go Carolina. Hubbard, 6 carries for 27 yards. One of his better games on the ground when you think about it. Hubbard in the backfield again. 2nd and 5 from the 48, from the 49, or 48 and a half. That's actually more of a gain of 4, but whatever. Hubbard slips the first man, but he's only going to get back to the line. But he only gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down. Spates was able to cut him out. He cut him off. SGA, could you quit spouting West Coast facts about it? I don't care for Steph Curry, to be perfectly honest. 3rd and 5. Ball on the 49-yard line. Free play for Carolina. The throw incomplete, but it won't. It was looking for Coker, but it's not going to matter. Neutral zone infraction. Los Angeles, 5 yards, first down by default. That puts the ball on the Ram 46. Carolina catches a break. Chuba Hubbard runs, gets over the 45, and I think he gets about 3. And give him 4, huh? Ball on the 42. Snap. Young gonna go screen to Chua. He's got a hole, and he's gonna plow forward for the first down. Lunge forward for the first down. Ball at 36. They get the snap off in time. Hubbard Dives over, and he's going to get 2 to the 33-yard line. Panthers at least chewing the clock up. 2nd and 8. Ball on the Ram 33. And a half, but whatever. Hubbard again. I mean, you got to stop running Chuba. They're expecting it. Gain of 1. Gain of another 2. He's adequate, but he's very hit or miss. Yes, SGA. So they only give him 1, huh? Ball on the 32, 3rd and 7. And in this win, I wouldn't risk a 50-yard field goal. Drop back by Bryce. Into the flats to Tremble. Gets 5. I don't know. And instead of going for it, interesting, Canals is going to go for it to try to go for the field goal. This is a 46-yarder. This will also be from about 46. Let's see if he can hit it. Fitzgerald lines up. Kick is good. Tie game. Somehow, some way, Carolina has fought back to tie it, and there's still 22 plus minutes left of game time. 7:29 left. We are tied at 17. Carolina burns 7 minutes and 8 seconds of clock, goes 13 plays and 59 yards. Dude, it's the first fucking game of the postseason. Don't push it.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X, get 3.9% APR on 2025 Sierra heavy-duty models. We are professional grade. Oh. You feel that? Feel what? The crash zone. Crashing up. The crash zone. It builds suspense. Uncovers evidence. Foreshadows danger.
I don't know if that'll be the case, SGA. If Carolina wins this game, they're heading to Seattle unless Green Bay pulls the upset and beats Chicago tonight. Because if that happens, then worst case scenario, Carolina heads to Philadelphia. Best case, they go to San Francisco. Best case, they host San Francisco. Best case, they host San Francisco. Ball falls off the tee. They're going to need a 12th man to hold the ball down. Kick is away. Williams gets off the field. Kick is received at the 2. And brought down at the 31. Only 14 net yards since a minute and a half into the third quarter. Left in the half. Over a minute and a half left in the half for LA. 14 net yards since the failed 4th and 3 conversion. But then again, I think that's because Carolina's figured out that he's either going to go to Adams or Nakua. You don't see Stafford go often to Parkinson, Higbee, Corum, or Williams. And most of the yards they've made in that time has been on the ground. Speak of the devil, here comes Kyron Williams. And he's going to get 3. 2 or 3. 3. Six and a half, just under 7 to go in the third. Los Angeles trying to do something. 2nd and 7 from their own 33. Fakes the handoff. Stafford going to go deep over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Puka. And another overshoot in the air for Stafford. Something is up with that throwing hand from what I can tell. Uh-oh. We got Panther down. Yeah, but eventually that hand's going to numb up, and he'll just have to rely on adrenaline. And Sherlis is down. And we'll take an injury break. Tied at 17. If you're Los Angeles, this is the momentum killer you need. And now it's time for villain therapy.
This vacation was such a good call. 3 moms sitting down at the same time. Let's document this historic moment and that movie.
No.
Don't worry, AT&T gave me the new iPhone Pro with the center stage front camera.
I wouldn't call Stafford washed yet, but he's at that point. I mean, between the Lions and the Rams, he has only 1 Super Bowl ring. Third and 7. Ball at the 33-yard line of Los Angeles. I don't like that setup for the Panthers. LA changes the play at the line. Stafford looks. Caught by Adams. Gets in the midfield and a first down at the Carolina 48. That's a gain of about 18. I mean, that's a gain of 19. I don't know why Carolina didn't adjust when. It's only the second catch of the day for Stafford. I mean, for Adams. Stafford drops back, pump fakes. Broken up by Van Rosenboom. Incomplete to Puka Nacua. Could have jammed his finger on that. Looked like he jammed one of his fingers. So he jammed his thumb on it, huh? Second and 10. Ball at the Carolina 48. Snap by Stafford. Drops back. Going to go over middle. Caught by Williams. And he has to be dragged down at the foot. Ball and catch for a pickup of 5. Third down at the 44. Or a pickup of 4, I should say. No, it's 5, so it's at the 43. Third and 5 from the 43.5. Stafford dropping back again. Going deep. And Adams couldn't hang on. Oh, God, I think he's concussed. I think Davante Adams is concussed. That's going to cost Carolina. Flag. Unsportsmanlike hit. That's going to cost them. Well, that's going to cost Carolina 15. That's instead of getting off the field, it's now first and 10 Los Angeles at the Carolina 28. Tough break if you're Carolina. Rams looking to get back in front. Mosley, they did call helmet to helmet, and it was clear helmet to helmet. It may have got the bottom of Davante Adams' helmet, but it's still a penalty nonetheless. It's first down at the 28 of the Carolina Panthers for LA. Williams in the backfield, gets the handoff, and he gets brought down after a pickup of 4. It's not a no call, Mosley. The only one who doesn't like it, but it's the right. I don't like it either, Mosley, but it's the right call. But it's the right call nonetheless. Second and 6 from the 24. Stafford throws a screen, dropped. Incomplete. Nick scored him on the coverage. Third down. It'd be a victory in one way or another if Carolina can at least hold Los Angeles to a field goal. And psychotic. 3rd and 6 from the 24. Stafford going deep. Incomplete, no flags. And this time there is no flag. He just overshot Puka. And this will be a 40. And the Rams will come on for another field goal attempt. This one's going to be from 42. Jackson on the coverage. I mean, he actually did have a chance to try to pick that ball off if he moves in a little further. If he moves up a little further. Nonetheless, Evans on. This will be from 42. Wind blowing to the right. Kick down the pipe. Good. And the Rams retake the lead at 20-17. At 20-17 with 4:17 to go. Key play, the 15-yard penalty, the helmet hit penalty against Carolina. Against Scott. Yeah, I would wish they'd make football physical again. I miss you, Alan Rickman.
Okay, Richardson, give me the tree. The holidays are done. No way they're done. They are. We thought so too, Gary. But then Verizon just gave us their best deal.
4 new iPhone 17s, all on them.
Yep, and 4 lines, all for just $25. Got anything under there for me? It's a holiday miracle.
Our best deals are still here. Come into Verizon and get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed. And 4 lines for just $5 per month.
Such a door on a Sunday. Does it though?
How about dogs?
Okay. Never paid Manning. It's quitting time.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL.
United Football League is back. Professional football in the spring. The game experience like no other. United Football League. It all kicks off March 27th on Fox.
Wild Card Weekend, powered by Verizon. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. 2 days live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
The game on Fox is sponsored by Kia. There's only one. And by one life. You drink, don't fly. Decide to ride. More life is at the Wild Card Weekend, powered by Verizon. Dan, what do you have on the birthday, Adam?
Yeah, he took that hard hit, as we all saw, immediately went into the medical tent where he was evaluated for a concussion. He did clear. He is now back on the bench.
Okay, so Adams is back on the bench for the next offensive drive for LA whenever that happens. And just as a heads up, I think both teams are going to be needing their punters to hold down the ball to keep it from rolling off the tee for the rest of this game. Leggett on the return. He's over the 30. And he gets tripped up, but gets it to the 31-yard line. So good starting field position for Carolina. Bryce Young in his first half, 9.6 air yards per attempt. That's a season high for him. And we got an unsportsmanlike conduct on the kicking team On the Rams, it's going to put the ball at the 46 of Carolina, so that's the best field position Carolina's going to start with. 4:11 to go in the quarter. 2017 Los Angeles. I keep almost calling them St. Louis for one reason or another. Trips to the left. And triple Y out to the right. Young going to screen to Rico. Finds a small hole. Gets over midfield. And he's going to pick up 5 before he's thrown out of bounds. Or 6. I could have sworn it was 5. Let's see what happened here. 94. Second 4 from the 48. Weak eye set. And Forbes gets to Dowdle. And Rico doesn't get anywhere on that run. Third down. Go anywhere on that run. Third down. Uh-oh. Something's wrong with Forbes. Based on the head-to-heads between the three. 3rd and 4. Ball on the 48. And Leggett can't grab it. 4th down, so it looks like it's going to be a 3 and out for Carolina. Why go for it again? Just why, Canales? It's 4th and 4. Ball at the 48, and I do not understand why you go for it here. I would just get rid of it. You could pin Los Angeles deep in their own territory. Drop back. Young gets loose. Falling back. And incomplete. This is why in these situations you play it safe. You don't fucking gamble. I would have just gotten rid of it. I mean, just kick the ball away. You would have been able to pin Los Angeles in their own deep in their own territory, and instead you gamble and it backfires again. Seriously, Canales, it would have made more sense just to get rid of the fucking ball. Son of a bitch. If this leads to the downward spiral for the Panthers in the rest of the game, if you mean for the Giants, John Harbaugh, Chris Shula, and maybe Kevin Stefanski. Maybe Kevin Stefanski. I don't care for any of the assholes who call themselves offensive gurus anymore, because we've seen this blow up in our face for the last 4 coaching cycles, time and time and time again, whether it was Ben McAdoo, Pat Shurmur, Joe Judge. Technically, he's a special teams guy, but the point still applies. Jason Garrett in the interim when we fired Joe. I don't want Cliff Kingsbury. Reed Mosley. Why is it that most of the people that jump on my streams, in the chat comment in my chat box, are nudnicks? You're nothing but effing nudnicks. Why? You can't do anything with the ball in your own 46, and you gamble away instead of taking the safe 3 and out route. Fourth downs this year, the Panthers were 27 out of 40, 68% for fourth in the NFL, most conversions by any team since 1980, and went 3 for 3 in Week 13 against the Rams. Tonight, they're 0 for 2. First and 10 from the Los Angeles 48. Williams in the backfield. Corum, finds a hole. 6. I actually counted 7, but whatever. Only up 3. Which is what they did in 2021, and eventually they won the Super Bowl in their home stadium. 2nd and 4 from the 46. Bootleg end route. There he goes! Loss of 9. I counted 9, Joe. 9, not 8. First sack of the game for Carolina. Of Stafford in the game for the Cats. Third and 12, ball at the 45 of Los Angeles. Technically, it should be third and 13, but what the fuck ever. Pass going deep. Picked off! Jackson's got it! And the Panthers will get the ball back with an 8:14 left in the third. Jackson had the pick 6 last time against Los Angeles on Stafford. Last time these two came at each other. And he's got a key pick interception. Okay, where does he pick this ball off, though, is the question. It's on the 38-yard line. First and 10 from the 38. Chuba in the backfield for Carolina. The handoff to Hubbard. He tries to go to the outside. Breaks, stiff arms one tackle. Barely lucky if he got one. He'll be lucky if he got one on that. And it's got to deal with that hand. If I had to guess, he got hit in the throwing thumb, on his throwing thumb. In any case, 2nd and 9, ball at the 39-yard line. Young out of the gun. Is he going to hand off to Chuba again? In this situation, I wouldn't do that. It's the penultimate play of the quarter. Young drops back. Fires. What a catch by McMillan! To the 30! That's Coker. 15, 10. Out, pushed out the 8-yard line with 24 seconds left. Let's go! Come on! That's a 52-yard pickup for Jalen Coker. And catch and run for Jalen Coker. First and goal from the 9. And the third quarter comes to a close with the score Los Angeles 20, Carolina 17. Carolina struggled in the first half. But they came alive near the end of the second quarter, and they are on the prowl here going into the fourth. LA 20, Carolina 17, 15 minutes left. Let's run that clock. When we come back, the ball will be on the 9-yard line for Carolina in Los Angeles territory for Carolina. Neither quarterback has been doing well lately. More so it's Stafford. His passer rating is dropping like a fucking brick. Want to know where it's at now? 60.9 to Bryce's 67.6. And he's only managed to complete 4 of his last 14 passes after starting with connecting on 9 of his first 13. Yeah, he is kind of small, Iman, but what do you expect for a kid from Alabama, from the University of Alabama? Let's look at this pass from Young to Coker. Jalen runs the cloak and it's a cloak and dagger route. Coker didn't hit the brakes this time for that ball to get picked. 1st and goal at the 9. Fake of the handoff to Chuba. To the sideline. Oh, and Coker is clocked as soon as he's out of bounds at the 7. Flag! That's going to be a half-distance penalty, putting the ball at the 3 at the end of the play. Oh, that's definite helmet on helm. And this is a good running setup for Carolina. Ball, 1st and goal, ball at the 3. Panthers with their first chance to get their first lead of the postseason. Hubbard in the backfield, Young in single set. McMillan to the right. Hand up to Chuba. Trying up the gut. He's in! Touchdown, Carolina! Keep pounding! Second rushing touchdown of the night of the day for Big Chuba. $14:34 left in the quarter. Panthers with a chance to go up 4. Fitzgerald to snap, take the kick. Snap, hold, kick. Good. Panthers go up 4. Highest point total they've scored since I've been in any game I've called for them. And another Matthew Stafford interception screws over for the Rams. Carolina now has their first lead of the game. Nah, he probably wouldn't want to do this. Tough break for Boom Boom.
Check your price today at ethos.com.
I do.
Panthers got them guards position we refuse to upgrade. You damn right we never upgrade the guard we don't upgrade the guard posts. Wrote Simon. 4 plays, 52 seconds, 1 minute, 40 seconds, shoot of clock, set up by the Stafford pick. Iman, do you want to come in? Snap. The kick is away. Punter gets. This one does land in the landing zone. And I'm going to have to switch to the Charlotte one. Los Angeles sets up shop at the 40 at their own 33. Too far ahead. There we go. Carolina had 4 wins trailing after halftime. Only Chicago and Denver had more than that. This season, 250 lead changes in the final 15 minutes, the most in NFL history. Carolina was on the back foot at the start of the game. Now they've got Los Angeles on the back foot. 1st and 10 from the 33. Williams in the backfield for Stafford, and at this point, he may have to go to the ground. Hand off to Puka, and he'll get 5. Puka comes off the field. 2nd and 5. Adams will come in. Clever end around jet sweep to Nakua. Does get at least half of the yards. I would have been more comfortable if he only got 2. 2nd and 5 from the 38. Fake of the handoff. Over the middle, caught by Devontae. He's at the 45. Over the 4, going to the 40, and he'll step out to 39. Gain of 22. Let's see, 12. 23, actually. Oh, he stepped out the 40. Okay, 22. Nope, they say 23. Back to Puka. Only the 3rd catch of the day for Devontae. Ball at the Carolina 39. Hand off to Alexander. And Derek Brown will trip him up after a pickup of 3. Maybe 4. I don't know. What's the total? 3 or was it a 3-yard or a 4-yard pickup? Oh, they only gave him 2. Ball's on the 37. Nakua back in, trying to force himself forward. He's going to be a yard short. 3rd down. At this point, you might want to run it with Corum or Alexander or to get the 1st down. 3rd and 1. Only the 6th pass connected for only the 6th since the 9-13 start. 9 of 13 start for 13 start. That was only Stafford's 5th pass completed in his last 16. 3rd and 1. I'm pretty sure the Rams are going to get it. No, it was incomplete. He was looking for Puka. I thought he'd go for the ground game. So now the question is, do you go for it or do you kick the field goal and play it safe? That was almost picked by Scott. Smart move by Nakua to knock it out of his hand. By Puka to knock it out of his hand. Fourth and 1. Ground game or air game? Ground game. And Williams will get the first down for a pickup of 2. They should have done that in the last play, to be perfectly honest. Ball to 29, 28 and a half. New set downs for LA. 3 tight end set. They're going to hand off to Williams. 6. And a pickup of 6. Picks up the gut for Blake Corum. For Alexander. Or is it Corum? I can't see the number. I always get those 2 mixed up, to be perfectly honest. 10 minutes left. 24-20 in favor of the Panthers. Which one of these 2 is heading to Seattle should Chicago win over Green Bay tonight? It should be starting real soon. 2nd and 4. Hand off again. First down again for Los Angeles. They're now just sticking to the ground game. Nope, he's a little short. Question is, do you go for the air game or do you go to the ground again? It's 3rd and 1. Oh, it was Kyron Williams. It's Williams with the ball. I always get the 2 mixed up. Ball's on the inside edge of the end zone. QB sneak. First down, Matt Stafford after a pickup of 2. And that was not a tush push. That was just a straightforward sneak. Panthers weren't in a setup where they could stop a tush push. I could tell there were a few gaps in the D line. And a few gaps in the defensive configuration. First and 10 from the 17. Williams in the backfield again. They're going to hand off to Puka. And he's going to get 4. Clock continues to tick. At this point, LA is just making moves with the ground game and then waiting to trick Carolina with the air shot, with the pass shot, and with an air shot. Ball on the 13-yard line. 10 plays, 54 yards on this drive for Los Angeles. Stafford out of the gun. Dump pass, caught by Williams. He's in. Touchdown, Los Angeles with 8:47 to go. (26-24), about to be 27-24, Los Angeles. 3-way go route. Carolina wasn't expecting it. 11 play answer by LA. Snap. And the lead is back up to 3 in favor of Los Angeles. 8:47 to go. Los Angeles 27, Carolina 24. Can Carolina respond? We're going to find out. Back and forth we are going in this one. Remember, at worst, one of these teams is heading to Seattle. At best, they could get a home game against Green Bay. I mean, at best, they could get a home game against San Francisco. But Carolina, even if they win this game, they'll be damned if they win the game. I mean, damned if they face Seattle and damned if they face San Francisco. My only prayer for the whole thing with Dom Crossing, do not come on a Wednesday or Thursday. I'm on the clock. If you come on a Tuesday or on a Monday, Tuesday, or Friday, I'm cool with that. Kick is away. And it'll be a touchback. Carolina will start at their own 35 again. This has been one hell of a war. Coming up tomorrow on Fox, Philadelphia looks to defend their Super Bowl crown, but they start against the team they knocked down the 22-23 conference title game, the San Francisco 49ers. Coverage at 1, kick at 4, kickoff at 4:30. Brock Purdy in 2 starts against the Eagles, 74% completion rate, 4 touchdowns, no pickoffs, 1.4, 48.8 rating, but he left the 2022 title game to an injury where when he was brought back in, he can only throw fucking checkdowns. Flag flies, false start on Carolina. Bryce is hit on 10 of his last 18 after starting with a pick in 7 of his first 12. 1st and 10 from his own 30. Empty set. Drop back. Screen pass to Coker. And he's lucky to even get 4 out of that. I don't understand why he throw it short. 2nd and 11. Doesn't even get back to the original scrimmage line. 8:20 left. Carolina down 3. They drop back. Drops back again. Coker dances again. Why throw fucking screens to Coker if he's not getting anywhere? They're sniffing them out, you son of a bitch. Throw the long ball. Loss of 2. Why the hell was Coker going east and west instead of going north and south? Why, you little motherfucker? 3rd and 13, ball at the 32. Empty set again. Single back set this time. Hubbard in the backfield. Low snap. Young going deep. Looking for Coker. Incomplete. 3 and out for Carolina. That was a bullshit drive. Why throw nothing but screens, huh? And especially if you're just going to throw to one fucker, and that's Jalen Coker. That one actually bounced off him, but even if he did catch it, he would have been out of bounds anyway. But even if he did come down, but even if he had managed to catch that ball, he would have been out of bounds anyway based on his positioning. Martin to kick it, punt it away. Fair catch by Smith at the 19, and that's where Los Angeles will set up. 7:14 to go. Has Stafford gotten his confidence back? We're going to find out. 27-24, Los Angeles. These State Farm commercials are so fucking stupid. Remember those wondering what led to Henry VIII getting as fat as he did? Depression over the fact he mostly sired daughters, and the only son he had was too physically weak to take up the throne. First and 10, Los Angeles, ball at their own 20, at their own 19. Williams in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him. Split the tackle, and he's going to get 5. Oh, that's Corum, excuse me. He gets 5. He gets to pick up a 5. Oh, they only give him 4, so he's down at the 23-yard line. Under 7 to go. If you're Los Angeles, your goal is to chew up the clock. Your goal is to do one thing. Chew up the clock as much as possible. If you're Carolina, get that ball back at any fucking cost. Fake of the handoff. Stafford going over the middle. Caught by Nakua at the 38. Pick up a 15. Injury timeout. 6:23 to go. J.C. Horn shaken up. He'll be going to the medical tent. Shirtless also leaving. First and 10 on the 39, so it was a 16-yard pickup. Corum trying to find the hole. He does, and he's going to get 6, but we got flag. This is going to be a hold against Los Angeles, and this is going to bring it back 10. First and 20. Under 6 to go. Ball at the 29 of Los Angeles. The guy gets to the 49. Stafford out of the gun. He drops back. He's going to go over the middle again. Tipped and nearly picked off. Jackson had his hand on it. Nearly had it. Nearly had his second pick of the night. That would have given Carolina a lot of breathing room. Off the hands of Devontae Adams. Jackson, and actually off the face mask of Adams. .539 to go. Second and 20. Check down Corum. Pick up a 3. Third and 17. Time running out for Carolina. They got to get a stop here. I don't understand why Bryce is throwing almost exclusively to Coker and not Tetero and McMillan. Wasn't T-Mac your main piece this year? Third and 17, ball at the 32. Corum not going to get the first down. He's going to be about 5 yards short. Pick up a 12. You're going to get about 10 on that catch. That holding call significant. Under 5 left. ETN to receive the punt deep in his own territory. Evans the kick. It's blocked! Isaiah Simmons, the former New York Giant, with the block. And Carolina's going to have good field position with 4:12 to go. Keep pounding! What a block! Where's this ball drop? 32. Once a giant, always a giant indeed. First and 10 from the 30. Hubbard in the backfield. Jimmy Horn Jr. in motion. They're going to hand it to fake the handoff. Caught by McMillan. He's over the 20, 15. Brought down to 14, gain of 16 yards. Let's go. 4:04 to go. Under 4 minutes left. Carolina in striking distance of a field goal at minimum to tie it. A touchdown to get back in front with just under 4 to go. Nice fake of the handoff. First and 10 from the 14. And off to Chuba, trying to look for a hole. He's going to get pushed forward. Fights his way to the 7. Pickup of 8. Or fights his way to the 8. Excuse me, princess. .306 to go. Clock continues to tick. Play clock down to 15. We go under the 3. We're under 3 minutes. Carolina's got momentum going their way. 2:52 to go. Second and 3. Young. That ball is tipped at the line. Incomplete. Young had to rush that. Landman on the coverage. 3rd and 3. And in this situation, Play it fucking safe. You can't afford going for it on 4th down. That's a bit of a curse for Carolina. 3rd and goal from the 8. 3rd and goal from the 7. Drop back. Young going deep, looking for Coker. He's got it! Touchdown, Carolina! Carolina back in front with 2:39 to go. Keep pounding! $2:39 to go. Snap. Hold. Kick is good. Carolina back up by 4, 31-27. This is going to come down to the wire. Key play, Isaiah Simmons blocking the punt to give Carolina a short field. And Los Angeles only has even less time to try to get down the field than they did the first time. They had about 6 minutes to march down the field the last time Carolina beat them. This time they've only got about 2.5 minutes to try to do it. 4 of the 5 losses have been due to special team blunders or defensive touchdowns allowed for Los Angeles. This kick is away. Gonna land at the 8-yard line. And the Rams will set up shop at their own 29. They got 2 minutes and 34 seconds to try to get into the end zone. A field goal does not help. This is basically 4-down territory across the board if you're the Rams. Damn right, great ball placement. Single back set. 3 receivers to Stafford's left. 1st down from the 29. He drops back. Goes over the middle for Puka, and he'll get 8. Or does he get 7? Rosenbaum on the takedown. Rosenbaum on the coverage. 7. So the ball's at the 36. I mean, the Rams do have the 2-minute warning. Snap, drop back. Going over the middle again, this time to Devontae. He'll stop at the 46-yard line. Gain of 7 again. We go down. We're at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left. Panthers have to keep the Rams from getting another 54 yards. Both teams have all their timeouts. It's 31-27 Carolina. Salute Nick. Salute Dewani. If anyone wants to come in, link is right here. There's a reason I don't do playoff football games. Causes my blood pressure to spike a little bit. Or the reason I haven't done any postseason football games in almost 4 years. I mean, basically the last 3 or 4 seasons. Granted, the last game I did was pretty jading, where Philadelphia just trounced the Giants. Do I think whoever wins this game is going to get the same fate handed to them by the Seahawks? Yes, I do. At worst. At best, they would get the Eagles if Green Bay somehow pulls off the miracle in Chicago. But either matchup is a damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, damned if you win and go to Seattle, and damned if you win and go to Philadelphia situation for Carolina. Even the best of best case options. San Francisco beats Philadelphia and Green Bay beats Chicago, and you get the home game against, and the Panthers get the home game against San Francisco. Does the chips don't fall the way of the Panthers. But then again, season opener against Jacksonville, correlating with Ohio State winning a football championship, which they didn't, making it to the playoffs of college football, and then a J-Lo divorce, usually is correlated for one weird reason or another the last 2 times in Carolina getting to the Super Bowl. Two minutes left. Ball on the 46 of Los Angeles. Stafford dropping back. He's going to go all air game from here on out. Caught by Adams. Tries to cut. He's going to get 6. Minute 52 to go. Still in bounds. Clock continuing to tick. He's in Carolina territory at the 48. Second and 4. Drop back. Going over the middle again. Caught by Puka again, and he's deep in Carolina territory now. Minute 28. I do not understand the prevent defense. I have always hated prevent defense in football because you're just trying to hold them to a tie, and this doesn't work in a situation where you're up 4. You need to keep them out of the end zone at all costs. Ball to 30 after a pickup of 18. Middle again. This time Adams drops it. Incomplete, and for LA, that the minimum stops the clock. 64 seconds to go. $53 career game-winning drives in the fourth quarter for Stafford, most amongst active quarterbacks. Changes the play. 4 receivers to his right, and 4 to his right. Through the middle, caught by Adams, pickup of 12. Or Mumphy, excuse me. I can understand why Los Angeles is not using their timeouts. They want to force the game winner here and now to give as little time left for the Panthers to try to stop them. Ball at the 19. It was a 13-yard pickup. Stafford going deep. Ferguson, did he catch it? Yes! Touchdown, Los Angeles. I wouldn't want to look at this. I don't know if his foot was out of bounds. Let's see. Is his foot out when he catches it? He's in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. This is why you never play fucking soft zone in the final 2 minutes. You need to be fucking aggressive, not passive. Snap, hold, kick, good. 34-31 Los Angeles. Only 38 seconds to play with. This is why you don't do soft zone. It's fucking irritating. You're up by 4. They don't need a field goal to tie. You need to stop them. You need to be fucking aggressive, not passive in the pass game. Jesus, and I thought Shane Bowen was an asshole when it came to that Italian tactical tunnel vision. Tell me about it, Iman. What the fuck is Carolina doing? (34-31) Los Angeles. 7 plays in 2 minutes and 1 fucking second. You let Los Angeles march 79 yards. You dumbass sons of bitches. I wonder why 4 of the 5 games I've called, including the night the Panthers have lost. And the ball falls off the tee due to the wind. Get the punter out there to hold it. ETN from the 5. He's over the 10, 15, 20, 25. Tries to get out of bounds and does with 32 seconds left at the 33-yard line. So time running out on Carolina. Oh, the ball's at the 28. So the guy marched 72 yards down the field. Excuse the fuck out of me. Field goal to tie it. Touchdown wins it. 1st and 10 from the 28. Gotta get at least. Bryce drops back. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. It's incomplete. 2nd down. 25 seconds left. But with how bad the wind has been, I wouldn't risk a 57-yard in getting in the field goal. And for those wondering where that would put him, it would put him on the Los Angeles 40. And 58 in this wind, not worth the risk. Empty set. Bryce drops back. More pressure coming. He has to run. Gets rid of it. And incomplete again. 17 seconds left. 3rd down. At this point, you got to go for it if you don't make a completion. And if you're Carolina. Five guy rush set. 3rd and 10 from the 28. Drop back again. Going deep. Incomplete. No flag. Last chance for Carolina. 12 seconds left. LA is going to burn their first time out of the half. 12 seconds left, 34-31 Los Angeles. Los Angeles knows they're basically one stop away from going to Seattle at worst, and at best, hosting San Francisco. Again, this depends on what's going to happen between Green Bay and Chicago in a few minutes.
zero looks with 7 guys at the line, 4 defensive backs back there. So we'll see coming out of the timeout, does he change that picture, or is his answer pressure Bryce Young, get the ball out of his hand before he has a chance to push this ball downfield? This is the season right here.
4th and 10. Here we go. Have to get to the 38 at minimum just to keep the game going and then burn a timeout. Do the Panthers. Going with the rush. Young going over the middle. It's dropped by Coker, and the Rams win 34-31 with 7 seconds left. Had it right in his hands, and he dropped. Oh, that was Jimmy Horn Jr. My bad. I thought that was Coker again. Take the knee. Game over. Los Angeles moves on. Final score, Los Angeles 34, Carolina 31. Well, it was a good clock strikes midnight on one Cinderella, much to my personal disgust. And all because Carolina decided to play fucking soft zone on Los Angeles' final scoring drive of the game. That's it for this game call. I want to thank everyone who showed up to comment. Leave a comment, smash the like, sub to the channel. No, sub to the channel of Mets 2128. That's me, the Aboriginal Sports Network, the Hardcore Sports Network, and various others. And the various content creators on this channel. In this collective. I'm Mets 2128. Goodbye and good fucking night. Bang. It was a good run, Panthers. But you kind of prove you didn't. You kind of prove you belonged here, but at the same time you didn't. But next year, just keep fucking pounding. That's all I'm going to ask. Next year, 25-26, we keep fucking pounding.